Hey guys, good afternoon. It's me, Daryl. Excited to be back with you again. And I thought this week we would start by I'm going to paint a picture for you. So imagine this. Imagine you plan an event with another presenter, right? You mildly market it, so you do a few things to get the notice out there to let people know. But it's your second event. You've already had a successful first event, you had a good audience, and now this is event number two. So you just kind of assume that it's going to grow from the first one. All right, you're excited, you're prepared. You and the other presenter walk out on stage. You high five, you're excited. You look out into the crowd, and there is one person staring back at you. One single soul in the audience waiting for your message. So here's my question this week. What do you do? Do you keep going? Do you act as if the room is full? Do you retreat back behind the curtain? What do you do in that situation? You walk out, you think there's going to be a lot of people, and there's one. So as you ponder that, I would love to see the comments because I'm really curious about this. I would love to see the comments. Jump in. Let me know what you would do in that situation. If you've been in that situation, let me know what you have done, what you did do. And while y'all are thinking about that and getting the comments going and loaded, my name is Daryl Sweeney. I know a lot of you guys know you, but for those that don't, I'm a business coach that works with entrepreneurs. I work with leaders. I work with aspiring professionals who want to build a business and the life they really want, who want to get out of their own way and make something happen. Right? So everybody I work with, they're go-getters. They want to make something happen. They want to achieve the next level. They want to do something powerful. So what would you do? All right, today's topic is about audience of one. Let's go. Right now, me telling you that, saying audience of one, let's go, probably tips the balance, probably lets you know what I would do in that situation. I believe that even a small audience, even an audience that is much smaller than you anticipated, and maybe even an audience of one, can provide immense value. Now, look, what do most people do in that situation? I have clients, I have people that I've been around, I've partnered with people on projects. I've seen a number of people get out there and they market the heck out of something. They're ready, they do all kinds of other things. And then all of a sudden, it's not the audience. It's not what they expected. It's not what they were looking for. So they cancel. They back out. They don't go to the event. They say it's not big enough. Right? What would you do in that situation? Right? I believe that audience of one, that small audience, that less than expected audience still has a ton of value for you. All right, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about why I feel this way. And it's important because I think a lot of people feel differently. I think a lot of people don't see the value of the small audience, don't see the value in the audience of one. But for me, I do. One, it's an audience. You're there, the event is ready. It is an incredible opportunity for you to get out there and do what you do, for you to practice showing up, for you to get more comfortable being on stage, for you to get more comfortable and feel better about delivering content. Even the smallest audience will allow you to do something out in the real world that up till now, maybe you only practiced in front of a mirror. Maybe you only practice in front of your computer, right? So even that small audience of one gives you an opportunity to deliver the content. Right? And then what happens? Right? The second gift of this is because we deliver the content, because we showed up, even for a smaller than expected audience, we get to learn what went right, what didn't feel right, what felt off, what do we need to tweak, what do we need to change. You know, the cool thing about I think being out in front of audiences, and you guys know, I speak quite a bit. I like being in front of audience. I'm energized by audiences, right? So what's interesting is so often things hit you different when you have people staring back at you. So even that audience of one, that smaller than expected audience, will allow you to do what you do and deliver the content. And you're going to feel the places that you need to tweak. You're going to deliver the places that need to change, the things that need to be different, right? And the last thing I would tell you is an audience of one gives you somebody authentically to connect with, somebody that could be your next client, could be your next partner, could be your next opportunity on the path to building out your vision. So even the smallest of audiences can provide a ton of value, right? And I came face to face with this situation this week. So you all know I've been doing this clubhouse experiment. We started a couple of weeks ago and it was awesome. We had a good amount of people in the room. People came up on stage. They were getting coached. We had two different people that were coached. We had other people in the audience saying, hey, we got a lot of value from that. This let me know what coaching is like. The things they were going through was also happening in my life. So I was able to get value from it. And it was great. Week 2 comes along, we set it up, we show up, my partner and I show up, we open up the room, we're waiting for people to come in, and there is one person there. One person. So I kind of felt the tension, right? Like, hey, we thought it was going to be bigger than this. Should we go? Should we wait? And we actually started kind of doing the things we had planned. And then it hit me a couple minutes in that, hey, there's an opportunity. So instead of doing what we had planned, I said, look, why don't we invite this person up on stage? Why don't we turn this into a 3-way conversation and we can make it whatever we need to make it? And we had a great conversation with a local entrepreneur right here in Louisville who has a big vision. Guys, the guy who showed up that day wants to do something impactful, wants to do something powerful right here in Louisville. And there were some blocks, there were some things getting in his way that he was struggling with. So we were able to work through them in that conversation. A couple people ended up coming in the room later. They jumped into the conversation and it was exactly what it needed to be. Now, I don't know if he'll become a client one day. Either way, it was an authentic, real interaction. It let us play with and tweak our clubhouse strategy. In fact, this week, instead of doing it Wednesday at 8 a.m., we shifted it to doing it Friday at 1 p.m. So we're playing and tweaking times to see if that makes it more available. We're going to think about how do we get the word out there. We don't want the room to be too big, but we would like to see more than one person. So it gives us all these opportunities. Now, if we had turned that thing, if we said, look, there's only one person here, we'll try it next week, we had backed out, we wouldn't have been able to impact that person. That person wouldn't have been able to impact us and all that's out in front of us. He has since connected with me online. All of that opportunity would have been wasted. So I encourage you to show up. Don't let the room size dictate how you show up. An audience of 1 gives you an opportunity to get out there and gives you gifts that may not be there for you in an audience of 100 or 1,000 or 10,000. The audience of 1 can still help you take that next step towards pushing your vision forward. So the question then becomes, the next time you find yourself with a smaller than expected audience, what is a thought you could have that takes it from disappointment and being unmotivated to, hey, here's an opportunity. And what's the thought you want to have that allows you to show up excited, motivated, inspired, and deliver an incredible performance, even if it's for an audience of 1? So think about that, reflect on that, and take advantage of the opportunities you have. As for this week, guys, I already mentioned it. I would love to see y'all on Clubhouse. If you're on the app, check us out. Friday at 1 o'clock, we open up a room called the Expansion Experiment. And it's really about inviting people to experience coaching. If you've been curious about what coaching looks like, right? This is me talking into a video. If you're curious about what back and forth coaching looks like, it's a great room to come check it out. If you want to be coached on something that's challenging you, that's slowing you down, absolutely free at no cost, show up to the room, come up on stage and experience what it feels like to be coached for 15 or 20 minutes, right? It could provide a ton of value for you, just like it did for our friend last week, and it could provide a ton of value for other people in the room. So Friday at 1 on Clubhouse. If you need an invite, hit me up and I can get that over to you. If I said something in this video that will be valuable to somebody you know, please share the video, please tag people in the video, please get it out there. And if you're not on my mailing list, get over to my website, subscribe so you don't miss content, you don't miss videos, you don't miss topics. I send an email out every single week. With that, I will leave you guys. I will see you soon, hopefully Friday at 1 on Clubhouse. Till next time.